Well, you may have heard Senator Elizabeth Warren. She's no fan of Kid Rock, and she's using his potential Senate run as a way to drum up money from Democrats. She's telling her supporters that everybody thought Donald Trump was a joke at first, too. Here to discuss, Gina Loudon and Lawrence Jones. Welcome to you both. Gina, I'll start with you. This is a hilarious story, let's just face it. But I got to tell you, I think Kid Rock could be really successful. What's your analysis?
You know, don't ever underestimate somebody. I mean, look at what happened with Trump. I think many of us, even myself included, and I've been a big supporter of Trump really since he came down the escalator, but there was a time where I didn't think he was a serious candidate. The mistake that the Democrats are making, though, is fascinating. They think this has to do with celebrity, and that's what they're afraid of. President Trump's election had nothing to do with celebrity, and if Kid Rock runs, it won't be that would make him successful either. It's the relatedness. I mean, let's face it, Jerry, we're all having trouble not singing all summer long right now while we're trying to conduct a news program, right?
I was just asking for some Kid Rock music, as a matter of fact. But Lawrence, to you, is this about celebrity or is this about money? Because Elizabeth Warren's using this to get some campaign donations and, you know, maybe just fuel that run for the presidency next time around.
Well, I think it's not so much about celebrity, but the ability to connect with the American voter. I think a lot of Americans are so fed up with career politicians that are connected with the bubble that they're more concerned about average day Americans that will go out there and fight for them. One of the great things about Donald Trump and Kid Rock is that they already have money and they don't have to go to special interests. They don't have to come in poor and then leave rich. These are people that already have had successful careers. They really don't need these jobs, but they're doing it to improve America. And I think that's what draws them to the average American voter.
Well, and look, I think he has a great name among regular Americans, but there's lots of folks online today who are saying, hey, this is just a ploy by Kid Rock to help him with, he has some new franchise with restaurants or something he's trying to put across. Is he just trying to sell albums? Do you buy this, Gina?
Isn't that exactly what they said about now President Trump? Do you remember these days? I feel like this is a replay. You know, maybe so, and even if it is, he's promoting things that are great about America, right? He's supported strong pro-American candidates in the past, and he'll continue to do that. And I think to Lawrence's point, you know, it is that Joe Sixpack can relate to him in ways that the elite in Washington, D.C. can never seem to relate to the average person. And also to Lawrence's point, I think it's important to note that when they do have their own money, they aren't dependent on the lobby, the elite class in Washington, D.C. to get them elected. And it makes for some really good swamp draining.
So here's the problem for Kid Rock. His real name is Robert James Ritchie. Are people actually going to know that one? Because he's got to use his real name when he goes to the polls, I would think. Right, Lawrence? I mean, it could be confusing if it actually happened.
It could be confusing, but I think at the end of the day, if he connects with those people and has a campaign focus on the people, they're going to remember what name he wants them to remember. They can remember these politicians' name that don't do anything for them. I think they'll give this guy a shot and remember his name.
He's done a lot of nice things for Detroit. I mean, you know, he's done a lot of great work for Detroit.
And Jerry, it's not like the people that we're sending down there are making this such a great country right now. Right now, we see a lot of special interests. It's the American people that make America great, not the politicians. As a matter of fact, they make us look bad with the stuff they're doing. Yeah.
You got that right.